Hi there, my name is Steve Gerhardt, and as always, this is the Unagi Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. This is a labor of love for me, so thank you for being here and watching the video. It means a lot to me. So this week, we got a nice little fun, just a little rom-com thing called The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. All right, for those of you who know me or have watched the channel for long enough, know that I enjoy romance stories. I enjoy rom-coms and things of that nature. And The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife falls obviously into that category. This is a very fun and simple show. There's not a whole lot to it. You don't have to think that hard about it, and you can just enjoy it. This is one of those anime where it's not like, deep, meaningful or melodramatic or, just hard hitting like Evangelion or, Grave of the Fireflies and or, things of that nature from here to your eternity. This is just something nice to watch. So let's get into the particulars real quick, and then we'll get on into the very, very simple plot. So let's put on the glasses and check this out. Okay, so The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife, of course, was a manga. It's about 8 volumes at this point. It started in September of 2021, and so it's still ongoing, it appears. Excuse me. And it's written by, I'm going to try to say this correctly, Iwado B. Neko, who also wrote, let's see here, the Country Without Humans. So yes, this has a kind of a supernatural bent to it. So the anime is, the manga was in, the imprint was Action Comics and the magazine was Web Action. So the anime series, of course, starting this past winter in January, and I believe the 12th episode was just recently on March 26th. It's 12 episodes thus far, and I think that's actually it. But if it's not, great, because this is actually kind of cute. The director of this and kind of the co-writer of this is I'm going to try it again. Mitsuho Seda, who, if that name sounds familiar, it might be because he has done Promare. He was involved with the Iga Doraemon, Pokemon the movie, Secrets, and of course Bell. So we got some people with some clout here doing this thing. So what is this story? What is this about? So the setting of The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife is in a world where pretty much monsters, elves, various creatures, mythical creatures, coexist in a modern society with human beings. By the way, there's no like real racism against monsters or anything like that. No. We're not getting into that. It's very light. This is very, very, very light. But all these characters kind of coexist. And our two main characters, the Invisible Man, and one of his assistants who happens to be blind. That's kind of the hook. So she and he, the Invisible Man and his blind assistant, start to develop feelings for each other, and that's kind of the hook. One's invisible, the one can't see. So it's kind of like almost perfect, kind of. And the story is that they work in a detective agency with 2 other assistants. One who's a very grumpy guy who has an interesting partner. And the other one is basically, the character design is totally furry. It's this woman who is very strong, but she is also a wolf girl, I think. And she is, kind of the muscle of the organization. The grumpy guy is kind of like, the computer hacker person. And of course, the Invisible Man is the main detective. And our assistant is just very much an office assistant and helping out. So, no spoiler here, the very first episode starts with the 2 of them, the assistant and the Invisible Man, going, I like this person. Where do I go from here? How do I get together? So they start basically this story is basically just their relationship. And so we go watch them on their first date, and we watch them on their second date, and we watch them go, do the things that couples do. And she's adorable and she's cute, and she gets all, kind of, just whenever he's, being affectionate and that kind of thing. And he's unsure of himself sometimes. And they kind of talk about her blindness and the fact that he's invisible, and, things of that nature. And they just kind of just don't care about that for each other. In other words, they accept it, and they're just like, okay, great, moving on. And it's just literally just a relationship story. We don't have any big cases that's going on. We don't have any drama yet. I am sure there's an overarching plot here, but we haven't reached that yet. So probably next episode or the episode after that. But yeah, for right now, it's just a very cute romantic comedy, and it is adorable. So the character designs are fairly basic, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just that we're not trying for the most greatest thing ever, but it's basically making the point. Here's this mythical world that we live in that is kind of looks like today's world, but just inhabited with, like I said, monsters, mythical beings, elves. Oh yes, elves. So one of the really cool things that they do is they go to this tea shop regularly, and it's run by these. By this elf couple, married elf couple, and one is a dark elf and the other one's the white elf, and the dark elf is just silly. That's the best way I could describe him. He's just silly and fun though, and everything about this is silly and fun. And the color palette of the show is very pastels, very light. There's no darkness here. There's no monster that's eating on things in the background or anything like that. So this is really, honest goodness, just a story about two people finding each other and working out the relationship, as we all do. And when we find somebody, we start that romantic pairing. And that's, I think, what is endearing to this. Is this going to win any awards? No, it is not. Is this breaking any new ground? Of course not. Is this going to be the best anime that ever came across your laptop or television? No. What is this? This is the thing that you watch that makes you smile, and just kind of in between stuff that you want to watch that are maybe more serious or more in depth, or something like that. You don't have to think about this show. You can just enjoy it. Is this a healing anime? No, it is not. This is a romantic comedy. But it has that feel of a healing anime insofar that this is just something you're experiencing, and it's fine, and you don't have to think hard about it. So, yeah, that's literally kind of it for this anime. Would I recommend this to you? Yeah, I would actually. Even if you're not a big romantic comedy person, there's things in here that will make you laugh, make you smile a little bit. The Grumpy Guy made me laugh out loud on a couple of things. He's very, shall we say, direct. But yeah, so this is a very simple anime. There's nothing there's no thesis you're going to write on this. There's no Gendo Akari from Evangelion, screwing up his son's life in this, or anything like that. There are a couple sad things that we discover about the Invisible Man, and the things that the girl who's blind has to kind of deal with from time to time. So there's a couple things, but this, again, it's about two people feeling out their relationship. And it's just sweet, nice, simple, and adorable. So if you need something like that in your life, if you're having a bad day, this is definitely something I would suggest you watch, and let your mind kind of neat and watch this thing and maybe smile at it and feel good for a moment or two, I guess. So yeah, give it a watch. Enjoy it. I think you will. And you can find it on Crunchyroll right now. And of course, the manga is out there. So yeah, The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. Give it a go. Okay, so that is it for this video, a little bit shorter than some of the others, but still something worth talking about. The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. Please give it a go. I think you'll just, if you smile and have a chuckle, the anime has done its job. So please give it a go, give it a try. So that is going to be it for this week. I'm kind of waiting on a couple things in terms of future conventions and what's going to go on. Waiting for the final clearance from Gen Con, of course, and we've got some stuff going on there, hopefully. And other than that, that's going to be pretty much it. So we'll have to see what we're going to come up with next week. I don't think it's going to be a very simple rom-com like this week. It might be something a little bit more meat on it, I think. I think we're going to go in that direction. As always, please check us out over at Anime Archaeology on our podcast. The link will be down below to the main site, so you can click on whichever place you listen to podcasts. And we talk about stuff. We wrapped up just recently it'll come out in a couple weeks, 2, 3, 4, or a month. And we did the first 3 episodes of the original Pokemon anime, which was very much a surprise to me. So be sure to check that out in a few weeks. Again, link is down below if you want to see stuff that we've already done. As always, watch more anime.